What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's me again, and I know some of y'all hate to see me coming, but it's okay. You can stay, relax, okay? So today I just want to talk about something that I'm sure the world probably won't understand. When I say the world, I mean the Matrix. So relax. I just want to talk about the help. And if you don't understand what that means, it means like the help, the lack of support. All help ain't good help. And I'm sure y'all probably never heard that because every time I say it, people just be lost. Like, what do you mean? When someone helps you, they just help you. No. This is coming from a person that has been homeless as an adult for almost 2.5 years. Homeless. I'll explain to you guys that all help ain't good help when we go further into this video. So if you're ready to hear this message and you're ready to sit back and relax and understand where I'm coming from, give me a like. If you understand exactly where I'm coming from, hit me with a like. Hey, hit me with a sub. I'm just going to keep these real 100 videos coming. And I know a lot of people ain't going to like me for this because they are the world. They are the help. Okay? The help. Where do I start? I never understood that all help ain't good help. Never understood it. But I did used to hear it from time to time, I always felt like, when you need a few dollars, somebody will just, when they give it to you, they really mean it from the bottom of their heart. I guess, I ignored the portion of them that didn't want to actually give it to me, but instead they forced themselves to give it to me, and they acted as if it was out the kindness of their heart, And then they plead their cases, and they try to get you to believe that they just this real 100 person, but behind the scenes, when they go home, they get on the phone, and then they complain and boo-hoo to their friends and their family. I just gave so-and-so $12 my last, and they keep asking me. Well, you don't even understand that you're such a narcissist that you opened up that door for them to keep asking you. Because first and foremost, let's rewind. In order for you to be the help, you have to claim to be the help. You get it? Or you don't? In order for you to be the help, you have to claim to be the help. Meaning you have to claim that you're going to help so-and-so, right? Because people really open up these doors and they open up their big old mouths and they say, you know what? I got you. Anytime you need me, just call me. Anytime you need help or assistance, just call me. I will never watch you be homeless. I will never watch you struggle. If you're down to your last, just call. And then as soon as you call them, they either will portray an image to you that they're going to help you while asking you 1,000,001 questions about why you need their help. Again, they're the ones that told you to reach out to them, right? And then when you do, you're able to see that they're exposing themselves. But some of us, we don't want to see that because we feel like this person is really helping us because they're helping us. People don't think that all help ain't good help. You don't think to yourself to say, you know what? If you have a problem with providing me any assistance or help, especially being that you're the one that offered it to me, it's fine. I don't want it. I don't need it. I'll look elsewhere. But these people are so narcissistic, okay, that they will hate to see you go, but they love to watch you leave them alone only because you're asking them for help. even though they're the ones that offer the help. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. What is wrong with people? When you put them in a place and you put them on Front Street, when you like, and these are only for the people that really understand where I'm coming from. And I'm talking about people that have actually had to cut off people because you don't like the way that they're trying to help you. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? The way that they're trying to help you is not genuine. It's not kindness. It's not from the heart. But us smart people, we know that we don't need anything that bad. You know what I'm saying? You got to know that once you accept the help, quote unquote, you accepting what comes with the help, which is their narcissistic ways. And then they emotionally abuse you, you know? They make you feel bad, you know? They try to, they say stuff like, oh, that was my last $10. And you know, I'm struggling behind on my rent. So why would you offer me the help? In the midst of all this, you know, another thing that we have to understand is there's three things, right? Inconsistency, inconsideration, and inconvenience. The three I's: inconsistency, inconsideration, and inconvenience. And these people are the three I's. The help are the three I's. See, y'all got to understand something. This is just a portion of their worldly behavior, okay? This is just a portion of the personality that I'm speaking of, because it's a long list of negativity. A long list of negativity within the world, within the worldly people, you know? They have a negative personality, a negative aura. And this thing that I'm calling out is one of them, the help. And it includes narcissistic behavior, emotional abuse. It also includes toxicity. It also includes the three I's: inconsistency, inconsideration, and inconvenience. And you got to understand something when I say these things. They have no consideration because they offer the help, but they have no consideration whatsoever for your life and what you're going through and why you need it anyway. No consideration. So they are inconsiderate. They want you to care so much about their life and forget about your own. They also don't even let you get a word in when it's time for y'all to speak. You would think, hey, it's two grown adults having a conversation, but that one adult wants you to hear their side of everything. They don't even want to hear nothing that you're going through. They don't care about it. But they don't believe that you would try to confront them about that because they feel like I'm the help. Come on now. Y'all are going to hate me for exposing you worldly people. Because when I be going in, I'm going to go in. So what we had in consideration, bam, we got inconsideration out the way. Even though it's a long list of things that comes with their inconsideration, that was just a few. Then we got inconsistency, right? Inconsistency within people. The help. These people are so inconsistent with their help that it makes you just not even want it anymore, because you told me, remember, you told me, hey, look, I understand what you're going through. Call me when you need me. Call me, okay? I got you. I got you. Look, I'm going to always answer my phone. I'm going to always answer those texts. And if I can't respond right away, I'm going to get right back to you. And whatever you need, I'm here for you. But they don't think that you're going to complain about their inconsistent ways because they're used to doing it to people. And they only do what they can get away with. So they're going to continue on with their inconsistency. When you call, they don't answer and they're not going to call you back. When you send them a text, they don't respond and they're going to leave you on read. Okay? And then they hit you up out the clear blue sky whenever they feel like it, not even considering the fact that you're doing something. And they consistently do that though. But they're inconsistent people, if you get where I'm coming from. So that is just a little portion of inconsistency. Because it's a long list. Trust me. Trust me. So we had inconsideration, inconsistency. Next, inconvenience. They only do things that they know that will convenient them, that will be convenient enough for them, right? They don't care where you at. They don't care what you're doing. They don't care. If they are on the west side of Chicago, they want you to drop what you're doing and meet them on the west side of Chicago from where you are, which is the south side of Chicago, so that you can come and pick up what they have, which is cash, because they don't have, Cash App all of a sudden. They don't have Zelle because their Zelle is down all of a sudden, They don't even have PayPal because they never even registered, They just got all these different excuses. Although they have a Walmart by them, although they have a currency exchange by them, although there is actually different forms and different ways where they can make it convenient enough for you to get the help, but they inconvenience you. And then they make you feel bad again, feel guilt, And it's like they make you feel like you don't even want the help, even though you do. Even though you do. Even though you truly need it. Even though you desperately need it. See, that's the problem. They prey on the people that are desperate. That's the problem. These people, the helps, we gotta make it plural. We gotta put an S on it. Because it is a worldly thing, It's people out here that's just plain flat out evil that don't want to be the help. See, I'm just explaining to y'all that's in the matrix that is of this world that are worldly. I'm just really breaking it down to y'all about yourselves. You get me? I do understand that there's flat out evil people that don't want to be the help. And then I do know that the people that are in the matrix that has their own, little colony of the help, that's them. That's them. The evil people, don't even worry about them, right? Because they just flat out evil. They ain't going to ever help anyone. But you got to understand, there's people that's in the matrix that's worldly, that claim to be that. You know what? I would just prefer you to just be evil. Because the helps, they are actually evil. They're actually evil. Like I said, they prey on your downfall. And then they wait until you, they wait until you are down on your luck, until you don't have nothing. And then it's like the minute that you call them and they listen to your whole little story about everything that you're going through, the minute that you call them, what happens? It's a long silence. After you done explained everything, it's a long silence. And you like, hello? Yeah, I'm here. Okay. Did you hear me? You heard everything? Yeah, I heard you. Let me see something. Do you got Cash App or Zelle? Then as soon as you say yeah, they say, oh, well, you know what? My Zelle, my Cash App is messed up. Do you got anything else where I can send it? Maybe I can send it to somebody else and then you can get it. Mind you, you just explained everything that you're going through. You would expect sympathy. You would expect empathy from these people. You would expect them to, piggyback off of some things that you said and give their take on it, or shoot you a little wisdom, or whatever the case may be. You would expect some positivity out of you breaking everything down and explaining your struggle to the help. See, mind you, the help, they're the ones that opened this door, though, okay? Because you wouldn't even have to open up your mouth to them whatsoever if they never open up this door. They're the ones that said that they can be the help that you need. They're the ones that said that. They're the ones that said that they got your back. They're the ones that told you to call their phone whenever you need the help, okay? And so that's exactly what you're doing. And now that you're doing it, they seem a little irritable. They seem bothered. They seem agitated. They seem like, deep down inside of them, there's this frustration. There is this like, man, I just wish that he or she would just leave me alone and stop asking me. Well, you got to understand that this is something that you have to deal with. See, the dumbest part about these people is they don't open up their mouth and speak and talk. So, hey, you can't read people's minds. You don't know. The only way that you can know that these are not genuine people is when they show you. When they show you. And then you have no choice but to expose them to themselves while they're already exposing themselves to you, and put them in the spot. Put them on the spot. Let them know how you feel. Let them know how you feel. Because, see, that's the thing. People, when I tell you, the world as it is going to get darker and evil and weirder and dumber. Just the truth. People are so dumbed down already. Like that's just the flat out truth, and that's just reality. You got to understand something, that people were already dumbed down from the very beginning, when all of this stuff came into play. And, as I said, as the world goes on, it's going to get a lot more eviler, a lot more wicked, people going to get dumber. People are going to get more weirder, honestly. And I've talked about this before. So you got to understand, like, imagine a low grade narcissist, like somebody that's on level 1 of their narcissism. And we can go all the way back to the early 2000s. As far as I'm concerned, narcissism was not this bad, but now it has become worse because honestly, like, the evil is evolving, so it's making them expose the fact that they are like severe narcissists. Like, that's the truth. So imagine when 2026 comes, the narcissism within people. Imagine when 2027 comes, the narcissism with, my bad. Or should I say the help? If they doing this now, imagine 2026. And see, I can speak on this because I have been through this together. Me and my husband together have been through this. And it's sad and it's sick and it's dumb because it's like, open up your mouth. Why do I have to expose you? Because you're showing it with your actions instead of talking and using your words and being a damn adult. Y'all swear up and down the kids need to use their words and stop being angry and stop, but y'all act like a bunch of children. You can't even speak up. Ain't you a grown-ass woman? Ain't you a grown-ass man? You can't even speak up and open up your mouth and say how you truly feel. So you're labeled as the help. All help ain't good help. Just because you're a millionaire and you're my friend, and this is just for example, just because you a millionaire and you my friend, and I ask you for stuff because you told me to come to you whenever I need something, and I ask you for instance, $16,000 for a down payment on a house or whatever the case may be, or a vehicle, and you get pissed off, I don't want that shit. I don't want it. Keep it. Keep your $16,000. That's the type of person I am. If I see that you're aggravated about me even asking you for something that you told me to ask you for in the first place, Forget you and what you have for me. I don't care. Keep it. But see, people don't think like that because people want to fulfill their flesh. And the only way for them to do it is to go to the root of all evil, which is their love for money. Real talk. So that's what comes with the help. In consideration. They don't care what you're doing. They will catch you in the middle of a meeting at work, knowing that you asked them, can you borrow something? You know what I'm saying? Till you get your first paycheck. They so inconsiderate. I said what? Inconsideration, inconsistency, and inconvenience. My bad. They so inconvenient that they want you to stop what you're doing. They don't care. Stop what you're doing so you can come get this money. Even though it's Walmart to Walmart, currency is changes, MoneyGram, Western Union, whatever. Even though it's other forms of ways that you can get it so that it can convenience you, be convenient enough for you to get to because you close to a Walmart and you told them that. These people be having cars, they ain't doing nothing, they got hella bread, and they just ready to splurge. But they just don't like who you are as a person. They don't like the fact that, you can see straight through them and through their BS. They don't like that. They don't like that you call them out on the spot. They hate that. They just want to continue to be the person that they are, which is the help. They want to continue to be that way. They don't want to be disturbed. Okay? So then they start treating you like you're nothing. But then they start rewarding the people that accept their behavior. They start rewarding them. And that's crazy to me. But I understand at the same time because it's like this world is ass backwards. This world is ass backwards. Literally. People will praise the guilty and look down on the not guilty. For real. People praise criminals. I mean, look at Donald Trump. He is a criminal in office. And he gets all the praise. And they idolize him. And they love him. Even though he's effing the world up, they love him. And he loves that they love him. And that's why he's going to keep doing criminal things. But Donald Trump is also the face of the help. For real. Except the fact that he's destroying the help. And you know what's crazy? He's destroying the help, and the help is destroying themselves because they're exposing themselves right along with him. Donald Trump has the spirit of the Antichrist. And the help, they do too. They're evil. They're evil beings. I would prefer for you to keep your distance and stay away from me and not offer me anything, especially if you're not going to support me for real. Because that's another thing. They claim that they feel bad for you and they want to help you and this, that, and the third. But their inconsistency says otherwise because they're not going to support you through what you're going through because they're too inconsistent for that. They're already inconsistent. They're inconsiderate, because when you tell them everything that you're going through, they don't want to talk to you. You will really think that these people want to talk to you, but they don't want to talk to you. So you feel like, oh my God, I just wasted my time talking to you and explaining my whole struggle to you, and you don't even care. They have no They have no sympathy. None. Not an ounce. That's how evil people have become. They have no sympathy. They go around talking about you to their friends. Yeah, a girl was on the phone with her last night telling me her sob ass story. I don't give a damn. But the whole time their friends is looking at them like, okay, well, why would you open that door anyway? You steady keep coming to us talking to us about this girl. But you offered help to her. So like, why is you what would you study talking about her? If you don't want to help her, then you should never offer to help her in the first place. Like, that's how her friends is looking at her, but they're not going to say it. So birds of a feather flock together. Because yeah, you can feel that way, and in my defense, but at the same time, like the person that's needing the help, they can feel that way in their defense. But at the same time, if you're not speaking up, and you're not telling it like it is to this person that's the help, then I mean, you might as well roll with them. You might as well. That's the problem. It's like people get away with their criminal behaviors like Donald Trump, and they continue to do weird things and act a certain way, and they continue to expose the negative portions of their worldly personalities because no one close to them is going to expose them. No one is going to speak up. No one is going to tell them about themselves. So they're going to continue to be people like the helps. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. So we got a bunch of, people that's actually adults with a child's mentality, with a child's personality. We got a bunch of adults roaming this earth that can't even speak up, can't even speak on how they really feel. But you quick to get into a debate with someone about the next celebrity, though, or the next football or basketball player. You quick to debate with a person in sports. You quick to debate about what celebrities got going on or what other people got going on in their lives. But meanwhile, you're being the help that I'm speaking of. Meanwhile, you have so many different narcissistic negative traits. You can't even speak up though. But you out here debating about what celebrities doing with the next person. Or you the biggest fan of LeBron James and all of that. And you defending the LeBron James and he don't even know you. But you can't even speak up for yourself though. And speak on how you feel. And even though you opened that door to help people, knowing that you don't want to, knowing that you're really a selfish person, but you're displaying otherwise to people, you don't even want to speak up and say the real truth. Hey man, look, I know I said that I can help you. I really apologize. I really can't. I thought I could, but I really can't. Because I'm really selfish. And I really want, my money to myself. Even though, for the love of money, is the root of all evil. It doesn't matter. I love money and money loves me back. So I'm really evil. I really don't help people. I just told you that. People ain't gonna be that real, of course, about themselves. It ain't too many people out here like me and my husband. It ain't. See, the thing that, mind you, I never said it's not anybody out here like us. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm humble. And I do know that it's people out here like us, but it's very rare to find. You're going to find a cool person with certain negative traits. Unfortunately, they worldly. They still got worldly ways. Like, it's people out here that's extremely cool, but, they still lost. They still celebrate holidays. They still, will put a mask on their face and step 6 feet away from you and then get jabbed up, But they got common sense at the same time. They're a little smart, you know, they cool, but they worldly. You got people out here like that. And you got people out here that's just pure evil, that portrays themselves to be the help. All they do is party and club all day, you know, and get into it with people and ask people what they looking at so they can try to shoot at them or jump them or, you know, crash into their car or whatever. You know, you have people out like that. Then you got people out here, you know, that has either one of those traits. They might be smart as I don't know what. They may feel like they don't smoke, they don't drink, they don't cuss, they go to church. They got their head on their shoulders. They extremely smart. They're actually not the help. They're actually really helpful people, you know. But the only thing is they still celebrate holidays. And they said that they'll never stop, even though they know what's going on. See, like I was telling my husband the other day, what plays a part in a lot of people's negative behaviors, because eventually that person that I literally just spoke of, eventually, you know, being that they only celebrate holidays and they're really a good person overall, the paganism is going to take over that good spirit within them, and it's going to turn them evil. It's going to. Trust me, I've witnessed it and I've seen it for myself. There's people out here that are really good people, and I mean, they're not the help. They're actually really good help. Like I said, all help ain't good help. They actually people that will really help you. They got one foot in and one foot out though, because they still celebrate holidays. And unfortunately, eventually, them consistently celebrating holidays and you bringing it up to them about, you know, the true meanings behind holidays and, you know, the evil origins and stuff like that. See, stuff like that, eventually it will irritate their demons, their pagan demons, for real. And then they end up being fucked up people eventually. Trust me. Trust me when I say this. It has happened right before my eyes. And I'm like, damn. All it takes is for you to tell the truth and speak the truth in some sort of way to them. And then they just change. They change. Next thing you know, they really show you how fucked up of a person that they can really be. It's sad. It's sad. You can't find too many good people out here. That's not inconsistent. That's not inconsiderate. That will convenience you. Will make sure that they can convenience you. It's not too many people out here that's smart that don't celebrate holidays. It's not too many people out here that just don't think, you know, I really don't need to go to college. You know, it's not too many people out here that that I ain't gonna lie. I just had so many things that I was about to say for real that I don't forgot what I was about to say, because it's overall you get where I'm coming from. It's just very rare to find real solidified stamp good people out here. Very rare. And me and my husband are actually one of the rare ones. We're two of the rare ones, you know, and then on top of that, we're raising a child together. So imagine how the world looks at us when we step foot outside this door. When we step foot outside this door, we know that we're going to come across a bunch of evil, wicked, you know, unstable creatures. I'm going to just say that. We know that. We're going to have to come across the help, the toxicity, the, you know, non-supportive folks. We know that. And we just keep our head up. We pay attention to our surroundings, because see, people like this are dangerous to be around. You know, when a person, you don't even know them. and they hate you just because they can pick up on how good of a person you really are. They can pick that up. See, let me tell you something. People that are evil, negative, and wicked, and all of the negative things, that are that explains their worldly personalities. I'm getting tongue tied. That explains their worldly personalities. A worldly personality obviously is negative. So these people are so dangerous to be around that you got to keep your head up at all times and stay weary. Like, look, be aware of your surroundings, because they become physical, okay? And it be sad because it's like, and that's the truth. They will try to become physical, because they're so wicked and hateful. You don't even know these people, and they just dislike you because they see you all the time. You might not see them, but they see you. And when I say that, mind you, I be aware of my surroundings, but I say that in the sense that it's people that gang stalk so hard that they looking out their windows. Every time they see you outside, they standing by their window, they sitting by their window, they contemplating just evil, wicked things. Yeah, I should go outside and just bump into her, pick up a brick and knock her upside the head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know that this person's really staring at you out the window, watching you. You don't even know that. These people, they're not human. They're not human. Because humans, we have emotions, You would feel bad when you do something to somebody, right? Or if you even contemplate doing anything to someone. But if you don't have them emotions and you don't think to yourself like, no, let me stop. You know what I'm saying? I would never do nothing like that. Why would I hit that? If you don't think that to yourself and all you think is, evil, wicked things in your mind, then you already know you ain't human. You already know. There's some other, evil entity that's taking over your spirit. And also, to your family, to your friends, you are the help. But the reason why you don't know that you're the help now is because you haven't gotten exposed yet. If this person that you're staring at out the window, which is one of the rare ones, this person that you believe that is so weird to you, although they're actually authentic and you're not, this person, if they was to experience the help from you, you evil, wicked being, you already know that they'll expose you. And that's why you dislike them. And you just hope that you will never meet them. You hope that you will never have to take out your trash the same exact time that they taking out their trash. Because you feel like you're going to say something to them and you feel like you will intentionally open up that door. But you don't even know, well, although you really do know, that this person is going to expose you. Maybe I should slow down. Because, see, a lot of y'all probably don't understand what I'm saying and where I'm coming from. I'm just exposing a negative worldly trait that a lot of people have, which is the help. And the only reason why I am speaking on it is because it's been happening a lot too often now. It's been happening way too much. A lot of people have been coming forward on social media, on YouTube, talking about how, they have to experience the help. You know what's crazy? They're actually of this world. They're actually in the matrix. These people. So now I'm seeing that, the matrix is pretty much at war. The matrix is glitching because there is people that are creeping their way out. They creeping out. They starting to slowly wake up from certain things. They don't even know that they actually act the same exact way as the help. But the only difference is they will never be the help. You know, they will never show anybody that they'll help them. That's the thing. But it's happening to them. And now they want to come forward and say that they've been experiencing these things. This is why people should put their pride away. Put your pride away. And stop acting like you just this amazing person. You this good person, you know, knowing how you really is. The only thing that's happening is you're reaping what you sow. And as a matter of fact, you're reaping what you have sown over the years. Because over the years, you was not the help, but you made sure that you stood on never helping anyone. But now you happen to be a person that actually needs help. And now you're getting done wrong by the help. The help are actually the worst people to get done wrong by. Because they're narcissists, just like you. So you do have some of the same traits as the help. Can't get mad at them for something that you're actually not doing. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is just the ass backwards ass world. And the matrix is glitching. And they're at war with each other. That's why so much hate out here. So much self-hate. Everybody is... My next topic is going to be the struggle is real. For real. Because we got to talk about that too. We got to talk about that. You know, a lot of people that has been of this world pretty much their whole lives, and in the matrix, and felt like they will never come out of the matrix because they're comfortable where they are. You know, a lot of people that's like that, they're starting to creep out little by little because everything that's in the matrix that they're ignoring is actually playing out right in front of their faces. So they have like no other option except to run away from it. They trying to creep out of the matrix. They're slowly changing themselves around. And they think that they're going to be better. But will they? That's the question. Because some people will creep their way out of the matrix and get sucked right back in. Rather is them being the help or no help. You know? And you got people that'll climb all the way out the matrix, all the way. And they good. You know, they change their whole entire life around, you know? They used to do worldly things and they used to be worldly people. But then it can be that one traumatic event that happens in their life and suck them way, 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 way back into the matrix. And then, unfortunately, they evolve into this demonic person. You know? At one point, they were good people, but, you know, next thing you know, they got sucked back into where they came from, which is the Matrix. The Matrix, the people that's of this world is at war with each other. Seriously. I was telling my husband earlier, I said, man, when you step foot outside, you can feel the evil in the atmosphere. You can feel it. He said, well, when I step outside, I can feel the struggle. I can feel that everybody is starting to experience the struggle. I said, yep, just like the Bible said, famine. You know, it's all coming to pass. The evil, the wickedness, it's all coming to pass. The pages is flipping in the book of Revelations. For real. Evil, wicked people, narcissists, you know, emotional abusers. Just, I mean, this is it. It's been getting crazy. And honestly, I can honestly say that my own culture people, black folks, out of all them videos I made, I ain't did nothing but speak the truth. And like I said, it's only going to get worse and worse because it's not going to get better. Because black people don't know how to unite. The thing is, the worshiping and idolizing paganism, it's turning them worse. It's getting them worse. I mean, they don't even understand. They don't even realize. Like, I've been seeing this. And I do realize that when we get a break of the pagan holidays, it seems like for a moment, everything is calm and people are alright. They alright, you know? And then it's like soon as the pagan holidays hit, everybody's mind is just, it's gone. They becoming wicked. They becoming selfish. Because it's all about them doing getting extra hours at work so they can be able to get the best fit for the holidays, or they can be able to spoil their kids rotten with whatever they want for the holidays. The holiday spirits turn people evil. It's turning them, and it's making them worse. And they don't even see it because their mind is like the world. It keeps going and going and going and going, and it don't stop and it don't slow down because money is on their mind and all they think about is money. All they think about is money. That's all they think about. So they don't even slow down and think for a second and say, you know what? Let me slow down. Let me slow down. All right, okay, I know I need this. I know I need that. But let me chill for a second, you know. It's going to come. Hey, I may not be able to celebrate the holidays this year, you know, because let me slow down. I may not be able to get my kids the best Jordans there is that came out and, you know, get them the best fit for the holidays. It is what it is. Let me chill. They don't think like that. And of course, some of you guys may not know, but if you don't, well, you will now. I and my husband, we do not celebrate pagan holidays. Pagan holidays is Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, every damn man-made holiday there is on the calendar. We do not celebrate that. But I'm just saying, you know, if these pagan people would sit and think for a second, you know, they may become a little better. A little bit. Because that's how it started for me. And man, y'all, I haven't been like this my whole entire life. The truth is, my entire life I celebrated holidays. You know? Well, let me stop saying my entire life because I didn't even live a full life yet. Still going. I'm still living. But pretty much, you know, since I was a newborn, you might as well say, up until 3 years ago, I stopped celebrating holidays. I learned a lot about it. And mind y'all, we talking the matrix and worldliness. I was both of those. I was in that. I was in the matrix. And I stepped out in 2020. I fully stepped out. I'm going to be honest with you. In 2020 is where I started waking up. In 2021, I was stepping out of the matrix. And in 2022, I was fully out of the matrix. So it took about 3 years. It took about 3 years for me to finally get it. And if you would listen to my videos and understand what I'm saying, even if you're a worldly person, even if you're in a matrix, just like how I was. If you all you have to do is just give yourself time to sit down and think and stop having a TikTok mindset. Stop with the TikTok brains. The I can only sit still for less than 10 minutes as brains. The I can only hear people talk for 60 seconds as brains. And y'all don't even understand what social media websites like YouTube is actually doing to you. Remember when they had the what was it, the 30-second shorts? The 15-second shorts, the 30 seconds, the 60 seconds. Now they done boosted it up to 3 minutes. They're controlling you. Because they feel like, you know what? We got them at the 60 seconds, We got them. Now we know that these wicked, evil people behind the creators behind social media and behind the news media outlet and all of that, these people are evil. And y'all don't even understand that they're controlling you so much that they're making you have a short attention span. This is why I'm back to making long videos again. Because I have done nothing but went to my analytics and saw how many people really don't listen to me. They don't really listen to me. I make an hour video intentionally just to see if y'all really gonna stay and listen. And y'all ain't even hearing me. Y'all hearing me, but y'all not. Because there's certain points that I be hitting that be pissing y'all off. And I see that that's where you leave. You can't hear it no more. You don't want to know about yourself. You don't want to. You don't want me to. This is why I said I know I'm going to piss a lot of y'all off. Because y'all are probably going to get 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 16 to 20 minutes into the video and leave. And it's cool. Because eventually, someone is going to listen. And they're going to share it. The problem is people need to be exposed for certain negative personality traits that they have, especially if it's real bad to the point where it's affecting people. You get what I mean? And it affected people like me and my husband in the past, and it was traumatic. So I said, you know what? We need to start exposing this shit. We need to really get on these YouTube platforms and really expose these people like the helps. You know what? I can go real further and real deep into this, but I really only wanted my video to last up to an hour. Because any other time when I go in, I would rather probably go live. And it's cool. I just wanted y'all to understand what I'm saying when I say all help ain't good help. Call them the help. That's their new name, the help. Because that's literally what they are. They only good enough for $1 or $2. Because they don't want to listen to you. They don't even want to hear you talk. I can't even fathom that. The way that makes me feel. Like, people have turned so cold-hearted, it don't even make no sense. You got therapists out here that don't even want to listen to you. They don't want to hear you talk, even though that's their profession. Even though it's their profession to hear you talk and hear you explain your life and what you're going through to them, because they're the therapist, right? You would think being that it's their profession, but being that they proclaim to be the help that you need by being a therapist, they still have the worldly mindset. They still are stuck in the matrix and they don't never want to come out, I can really give y'all a prime example of people that are stuck in the matrix and they don't want to climb out of it. And I could tell you why they don't. It's because they're too prideful. Way too prideful. Way too. To the point where they so full of themselves that they don't even want to step out on the outside and look like, you know what, I'm tripping. Let me stop tweaking. They don't want to look at themselves like that because they just these superior people. And they feel like they good people until you expose them. I would give y'all an example, but I feel like my example would be too damn personal. So I'm going to just keep that example to myself. But just know the reason why people show these different negative personality traits that they have is because, they're stuck in this matrix. And they too prideful. They don't want to come out. They don't want to hear you talk. They don't even want to hear your story, even though they feel like they can help you. Even though they feel like, hey, I got you. I'm here for you. I will never turn my back on you. They opened that door. They opened it. And it's still open. The only thing is, you ain't really coming through there, They want you to, though. They're all open arms. But they got the spirit of the Antichrist. These people, they so narcissistic, man. They so narcissistic that they'll try to drain you, bro. They'll try to drain the positivity out of you. But they can't. And that's the problem. They get pissed off when they can't. So they prey on your downfall, hoping that you'll call them, asking them for what? The help. All right, y'all. I done did enough talking. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit me with a sub. Let me know what you think in the comment section and how you feel. And have you experienced the help? Most importantly, our slogan is, wake them folks up.